or me that we don't have a heart. We're not sympathetic.
Oh, Lord.
But you want to come here and go first in front.
Without our permission.
Wow.
See, you ain't a Christian. They not Christians. They not Muslims. They're not Jews. All of those three monotheistic religions talks about how you treat your neighbor. All of them. I don't care if you ain't never read the book. Take my word. I read the Torah. I read the Injil. I read the Gospel, which is the Injil. I read the Quran. I read fiqh. I've read all of the Talmud. I've read all that while I was in prison. Since y'all want to talk about us being stupid, we have nothing but time to study and read these scriptures and all the other lies that's told. All these books. You can't call yourself a Christian and not understand that you also a Jew and not understand that you also a Muslim. Because all those books are in line with Abraham. And I mean that the scriptural, cause these people are literally family members. The Muslim side, Ishmael, Isaac, are offshoots of no different from this in this sense.
Isaac,
They say they Christians,
they
right?
all the same, right?
They say they Christian, but you got the Episcopalian, you got Methodist, you got Baptist, you got Lutheran, you got Catholic, Calvinist, Catholicism. You got all these people falling under Christianity, reading the same book, but got all these denominations. It's no different when you talk about monotheistic religions, lines and chains, because the Jews saying we chose the people from this Abraham. Then the church saying under Christ, and this is from that we got the same father. Abraham, if you love Abraham, you'll love me. All of them telling you the same thing. These people are not Christians. They are not Muslims. They are not Jews. These are devils. These people use religion as a tool for their dirty practices. Because how do you feed the person the cross sees, or the person that's not a part of your family or your neighbor, before you feed your neighbor? How you do that? That is not what Jesus said. Your neighbor.
Yeah.
Then you can feed the stranger for
Actually,
sure.
he said to love
your
neighbor.
Oh, we got a caller coming
All right.
in? All right.
Caller, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Demunda. How you doing?
How you doing, Demunda?
Demunda, I want to ask you something. Why the people that black people that who have money a little bit, why they don't invest a lot in the black community? Why?
You said why the people that got money
black people with money
don't invest
in the black community, like build a Walmart, build a company so that black people also can have some jobs so they can have a voice. Why?
Are you familiar with white superiority and black inferiority complexes?
No.
You're not familiar with that. Do you understand that in order to make a slave, that you had to break them from understanding their origin, their existence, and where they come from? I'm asking you a question. No, I'm asking you. You asking me why? Don't ask me why and then tell me. I'm asking you. Do you know why black people are in the condition and the state of mind that they're in?
No, I don't know.
But you familiar with 500 years of slavery?
Yeah,
No. I'm telling you, no. Every people have been enslaved, right?
Yes.
But there's no people that's been enslaved to a point that they lost their God, they lost their religion, their mores, folk ways, mores, and norms. They've beaten them so even probably where country you come from. No black person, very few black people in America know the origin of their existence. All they can say is they're from Africa. They can't say they're from Cameroon. They can't say my ancestors were descended from Liberia, Ghana, or Nigeria. And most people that come that's foreigners, whether they're migrants or whether they're Ghanaian, Nigerian, Cameroon,
They
Congolese,
bring
they
their
know
ethnicity and their culture with
they
them
have their language.
and their
We
language.
don't have even our language to communicate our godhood and our ancestral language to give us any hope or sense of anything. So what we're left with are men coming like a Dr. King. God send us messengers, sends us the Fred Hamptons, send us the Dr. Kings, send us the Malcolm X's, send us the Farrakhan's. God send us all of these prophetic voices to Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, to try to get us back on track. So the reason why those black leaders that you talk about don't do more for black people, it's the same reason the black entertainers don't do more for black people.
Let me ask you a question. The way that you are talking, let's say if you have let's say 5 million or 10 million or 200 billion, you don't feel like you can open a company in a black neighborhood so they can get something doing also so they can feel more powerful.
Hold on. You asking me that?
The Jewish people.
No. Listen, you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I open business in my neighborhood. I have several businesses in my neighborhood. So that question is not for me. Cause I employ.
If you can open, why also them they can?
I just told you why. They not me. They not me.
They not like us.
They not me. At what school? They went to white school. They went to white school. They brainwashed. They go to school to be workers. People go to college to learn how to do better.
Not to mention,
work for white folks.
let me just say this too. And I think that we want to make it sound like it's really, really a simple thing to do. But you have to remember, sometimes there are all kinds of mechanisms and people put in place to lock black men out of certain businesses, to lock them out of certain areas. Don't you know that we owned grocery stores a time ago, and there was a reason that black men and black families went out of the grocery business because they priced us out and made it difficult for us to get products and the things that we needed in our stores. It isn't about not necessarily having the money as much as it is having the necessary tools that you need. If you look at the grocery business right now and look at the fact that the majority of those stores are owned by several big conglomerates, and they're all eating up the smaller ones, and every time one comes it gets eaten up, and that's what happens with black
Well, his question
businesses.
is, thank you for calling. We got to go. His
But I think
question
he's
is,
under the impression that we just don't do it, and there's so
well,
much.
well, we don't do it. You know, my issue has been with Willie Wilson them for a long time.
Well, yeah.
They slaves too. They slaves that's happen to have some money. So they buy relationships. So anytime I could call you and say, hey, I got $20 to pass out at the gas station. All you doing is buying reputation. You paying for character.
And to
You
what
paying
end?
for,
Because they
but
still don't vote for
it
him.
don't matter because
didn't,
they
right.
don't care. That's why
It didn't trickle
it don't
down.
matter how much money campaign contribution ever receive, because it never really trickles down to us. It don't matter about how much money we have. The black elected officials, I mean the black billionaires, millionaires have been made. A lot of them are not self-made. They are made rich by white folks. So they're beholden to what
So
you
they're beholden
said
to 'em, yeah.
to white folks. So they do not come and build businesses and create wealth and sustainable living in our community and fix the ills in our community because they don't have no balls, because they are not men. They male with money. They males with money. They're not men, and they're not spiritual, nor are they conscientious about what it's going to take to resurrect the dead. We are dead people without language, without God, without anything. The difference is everybody has been conquered. Even the poor brown Latino brothers and sisters, they speak Spanish because they think they got a language. They ignorant too. They've been conquered by the Spanish conquistadors. They've been conquered by Spain. That's why they speak Spanish. A lot of our ancestry, and we've been conquered by Englishmen. So we speak English like our English. And then you got a lot of Africans who speak French. They don't even know they colonized by the French. They think they're a tribe, but they speak French, and a lot of them don't even speak their own tribal language. Yep. So we all have been enslaved. The difference is black people have been broken so bad that even when they see God in their midst doing work in their brothers or sisters, they hate on that. They don't even recognize that. Just the fact that we can sit here even having the air and talking about what we're talking about is a message to the black man and woman who can just understand that God is directing the path of healing, and it's not being directed and guided through the people we put in office.
That's it.
It's going to always come from the grassroots, and all you need to do is listen.
That's it.
You don't have to fight, sacrifice. Most of y'all scared any damn way. You don't have to do anything. Y'all scared to death. You scared to miss a phone bill. You scared to miss a meal. And we eat too much anyway. Look how fat we are. We scared for a lot of things in our lives to happen again. We so scared. We scared to die as though we ain't gonna die.
And ain't nothing
you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Everybody got an appointment.
But see, no matter how miserable your life is, you still not ready to die to make it better.
We not.
No.
Because there are some people who are willing.
We not.
There are some people who are willing.
No. There's some people that are willing. That's why Dr. King dead.
Yes.
That's why Malcolm dead. Yep. That's why Fred Hampton dead. Medgar Evers dead. That's why they dead. Yeah, some people that's willing. But I guarantee you these bootlicking pastors that y'all following ain't ready. I bet you these bootlicking politicians y'all following ain't gonna die. They can't even stand up and make good legislation to help you.
Help themselves.
To help themselves. They can't do it because they cowards. They cowards. Here you are. We control the House. They control everything. No bill can hit the floor without a black person bringing it to the floor. In city council, we got a whole black mayor. He keep telling us he black. He keep telling us he black.
That's what your face.
And y'all voted for a whole one. Y'all voted for a whole woman who spent $1 billion trying to convince y'all that she was black. He mentioned the rich people. You saw how many weak celebrities tried to get y'all to vote for a woman that said she was black, that never said she was black. In fact, she didn't even say she was Indian. She didn't have to say nothing. You know why? Because you Negroes was too busy trying to make somebody something that they didn't even want to be.
Wanted to make
you gonna make her something she didn't even
want to be.
and then on top of that, she spent $1 billion to convince you that she was the best thing since sliced bread. First of all, as I said before, Hillary Clinton was the most qualified person. I ain't talking about woman or nothing. She was way more qualified than Obama. If white people didn't even select that white woman, who was the most qualified woman, what make y'all think they was gonna select a so-called black woman who don't even know her own identity? One day she an Indian, the next day she black, and then she openly tell you Negroes who want to make her black that I'm not gonna do nothing just for black people.
With a straight
and with a
face.
straight face. And not only that, look, the Clinton 94 crime bill, ushered in by Joe Biden, the #1 architect,
Wow. No, the father.
the father
The
of
father of
all
the
of the
crime
ills
bill.
and issues we are facing. They want to talk about what Bush did, war on drugs, Bush
Yes.
war on drugs and Clinton crime bill. But then this man sat here and tell you and call black men, what did he call them? Openly in Senate. He called us something like some thugs or something, savages. Joe Biden, young Joe Biden. And y'all want us to believe that this man represent and got our best interest. Man, y'all, we are such a blind, deaf, and dumb. And as long as a person
You know
call
what's
them,
crazy
go
though
ahead,
is the fact that they threw him in front of us in the first place,
in the first place.
and we went hook, line, and sinker. Cause
The man
you
is
gotta
the
ask
man got
yourself,
the man got
in
epilepsies or
what
something.
world
Yeah.
do you throw somebody up there that did to our communities around this country what that man did, and we,
Man.
because we did it
Yeah, we did it.
overwhelmingly.
Yes.
We showed up and showed
And
out.
still show up and show out.
Ain't
For
that what they
nothing.
said?
We show up and show out for
we
nothing.
showed up and showed out.
And look, a person who speak for you, who you could see on the front line fighting for you, they find every reason not to support you. Even when they see you doing things and you come from amongst them. It's like, what can you do? And it's me answering my brothers, the callers' thoughts. Man, you cannot fix black people honestly and openly without destroying certain people. I'm going to say it again. You got to destroy certain black leaders. That means remove them, go to Lake Michigan. I don't care. Snatch them up, put a mask over their head, a bag, and have them in a black back room and give them some culture training and bring them back to blackness. You got to do something. What was that movie when they kidnapped them Negroes?
Can we just make them stay home?
What? No, they ain't gonna stay home. Cause see, what happens is when they have the government that protects them from, when they have a government that protects them from in their position,
That's true.
they walk in the neighborhood like they're better than the people.
Mm.
Not knowing that the very kidnapping that grandmama could get, the very murder that grandmama can get, the armed robbery that grandmama get, the home invasion that grandmama get, the shootings that little homie them and grandmama, everybody, the women and children get, they think they're immune from that.
Oh.
But they say they live in the neighborhood.
Oh.
They are liars.
Yes.
They care nothing about you,
None
and they don't
about
live
you.
in the neighborhood.
And they don't.
They live in them high-rise
Wait,
penthouse downtown.
They as far on the outskirts
hey,
as they can get.
If they not North Shore, then a lot of them are so far west, northwest. They so far
Listen.
south suburb. They are not of you. They got
Look,
an
that
apartment
one little
there. They
corner
paying
of the
rent.
that corner of the ward.
Yeah.
That's right
Yeah.
there. That
Yep.
if you cross the street, you in
Yep.
the next neighboring ward.
I'm a firm
That's where they
believer
at.
that, listen, y'all, and I'm gonna start this again this summer. I did it before. If I ride through the neighborhoods and we go pick up all the trash that they pick up going to their office, that they pass going to their office. We're gonna pick up all the trash that they pass going to the office. And we're gonna dump the trash in front of their house, in front of their office. Or we're gonna pick up all the trash that they see going to going to the damn round, all that nastiness going down these 79s, going down these places. We're gonna take that trash and we're gonna dump it in their house, in their yard. See, I'm gonna openly do that this summer. I'm gonna say if it's okay for us
Then it's okay
to
for
see
you.
the trash,
It's okay
if
for
it's
you to
okay
have
for you to pass by the trash and it not bother you, then it should be okay for you to take the trash in your yard and then have the streets and sand to come pick it up out your yard. Since we did you a favor, we picked it all up for you.
It's all in one place.
It's in one place now. I'm telling you,
we gathered
that's
it
gonna
together.
make news. That's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
make
Oh,
national
yeah.
news. And not only that, I need y'all help to do it. We're gonna pick up which ward y'all want to pick up first. Name it. Inglewood, Almond
I don't know
Gresham,
who got 79th
Stephanie Coleman's.
West on 79th Street.
That's David Moore.
Let's get it.
David Moore, Stephanie Coleman's award.
Right,
Who else?
West
What's
on
Jeanette
se- West
Taylor?
on
I want to
79th.
get Michelle
it.
Harris Ward. Come on, who else I'm
Yes.
missing? Who else I'm missing in these little areas where we just dirty and nasty? Potholes.
West on 55th. Who got that?
55th. All them. We got to get them all. We're going to take that trash and we're going to dump it in their house. They ain't there no way. So maybe they'll be cleaning up their little property they own. Somebody come and clean the garbage out of there. They got gates, so maybe we could pick enough trash up to pile it up through the gates.
Throw it over the gate.
That's that much trash in our neighborhood. I guarantee you.
Just throw it over the gate.
Hey, I'm finna raise some money to get the little homies. I'm gonna raise money, $15, $20 an hour for the little homies. I'm gonna raise this money. And I want to hire 50 to 100 little homies so y'all can stop shooting each other for a minute. And I'm going to get y'all some work ethics. And your job is to clean your trash up. We're going to pick the bags up. You're going to clean the trash up in your area. And then we're going to come pick the bags up in our pickup truck. And then we're going to take this trash, we're going to dump it in your alderman's yard. We're going to take this trash, we're going to dump it in the mayor's yard. Where the mayor live?
Oh, yeah, he over there on...
Can I get to his house? Is the police stopping us from getting there?
Depends on what time of day you come there.
Okay. They not there all the time?
No.
We're going to figure out the day they ain't at the mayor's house. So Judge J.B. Prisker lives downtown. Ain't no police protecting his house.
Really?
No. We're going to take the trash and we'll dump it in J.B. Prisker's yard. It shouldn't be a crime because we doing the public service. We jumping, we picking the trash up and we dumping it to the trash.
We taking the trash to the trash.
So that's a great thing. Matter of fact, soon as the weather clear and it's not so cold and we see all that dirt, you know when the dirt come after the snow melt? Man, let's get busy. We're going to target one of these. I really want to talk. JB, you ride through, you got two houses. You got a big mansion here. You got like $18 million house. Then you got condo, then you got another. I think his house palace or down in downtown Rush area. I don't know the street. It's worth $40 billion. At 40 million. I mean, hey, I'm telling you, does that sound like a good idea, y'all? Do anybody think that's a good idea?
What y'all think, Chicago? 708-223-8953.
708-223-8953. Let us know that if that's a good idea.
Radio.
There you go.
X comes for Trump. Call in. Talk to us. We want to know what y'all think.
Is it okay for us to pick?
Really care,
we don't get. We want your thoughts on this. And is that a good idea to pick up the trash that we see in our neighborhoods and give it to the aldermen since they can't pick it up? Huh? We get taxed for everything. We pay all these tax. They can't fix a pothole. We get all these tax. They can't pick up trash. We get all this trash. We still see gopher rats. We get all type of sewage backed up. We got infrastructure damage, but they got $1 billion for migrants.
$1 billion.
They got $1 billion for non-citizens, and then they got another. They're going to have some more millions to keep Tom home and hide them. Where they hiding at now?
Hide them
at. I'm telling. Please let me know where they are. I'm telling. God, and that's real. So, hey, with that being said,
hey, listen, it's gonna be some hotlines to drop them dimes. So just
read some of the comments.
Hang in there, y'all.
They saying that's a great idea. Who else said that? As Lisa said, it's a great idea. Tariq Webb said it's a great idea. Lisa Tracy Yes, everybody. Emma Mitz. Okay. Jeanette Taylor. They saying all of them. Bobby Q, James Matthew. Yes, that's a good idea. So that means y'all gonna help. That's a good idea. So that
Right.
means y'all gonna help us pick this trash up. We're gonna get some volunteer work out you, and we're gonna make a statement. We're gonna call a press conference, and we're gonna say if they can ride past trash on the way to their city council jobs, they got to ride through the community
That
that they
you
say they from,
that you pay for, people.
that taxpayer that they
You
say
pay
we're
those
gonna dump
salaries.
this trash in front of their office, or we're gonna pile it up in their home. That's beautiful. That is really just a public servant thing to do. You are really, that is
Yes.
so beautiful. We are really Americans. We are
Yes.
good citizens.
Trash for the
Trash for
trash.
trash. So if it's trash enough for us, it's trashy
Trash enough
enough for
for
you.
you.
I
I
just think
I like
I
that.
think that we start doing that, then they may create a job for young black boys and
I
girls
think we've just
that
created a
create
job.
now. Let them pick up the trash, and then they could put the garbage bag on the corners where the other garbage cans at, and let the garbage men pick it up. Now, guess
Wow.
what we just did? Cleaned up
Cleaned up
our
the
community.
trash.
Our communities are now
Yes.
clean. So you mean to tell me you got billions? I seen this one migrant, one illegal, had $15,000 on his card. Guess
Well,
what?
did you take the
No,
card?
no, what I'm gonna do with it? He'll teleport. I get locked up before him. So 15,000 on his
This
card,
is
right?
true.
He got 15,000 on his card. He don't have to spend it. He said he gonna buy him a house in Inglewood. He don't have to spend his money because he hustled. He got a job. People give him jobs to work. He's got free transportation. He got
Yep.
free food.
Free cell phone.
So he can't do nothing but stack his money.
Hmm.
They got
Wait, they
cars and
give him, they
everything.
pay for him to
No,
have a roof over his
they
head.
got everything.
They got
They
everything.
got it all. If you got that, if I had that star coming out of prison, you think
Coming
about
out of
how
prison. How
far.
about that start
Think
coming
how
out of high
far.
school?
But
How
think
about
how
that
far we'll
start?
be.
How about that start coming out of college?
Any star for us. Like you don't even get that going to college.
Going at
You don't have that type of money to making your life better as a college student without working them
listen.
manual jobs, and you got to study too. See, our children should be focused on nothing but studies.
Nothing but study.
They shouldn't have to work a minimum wage job to pay for free college.
Hmm.
College should be free because what happens is corporations benefit from the knowledge
Of the
that
people that
other
are.
people,
Mm-hmm.
and then in turn the government tax the corporations. Look at
Yes.
the chain that come in. So you create slaves to work for corporations. Corporations pay government taxes. Taxes supposed to serve the people,
Mm.
but taxes
That's the
I,
way
s-
it's
I
supposed to
seem like
go.
the taxes hurting the
Hurting the
people.
people. Yes. Yeah.
Taxes ought to serve, not hurt.
That's it.
Taxes ought to serve the public, not hurt the public.
Exactly.
So if the taxes actually serve the public, billionaires wouldn't mind giving the taxes.
Not at all.
You asking Democrats talk about tax the rich. You don't do right with the taxes you have.
Half, which is why people don't want to pay. And why should they?
May God find you in the sewage. May God find your administration in the sewage. May God find the people empowered to rise up against the establishment. May God empower the people to have some strength and not be afraid of the people that they put in office. May God give the people the courage to recognize that the devil is always working and that we are at war with our very government.
Yes.
The very people that we select and elect to serve us are the very people that is orchestrating with powers that be,
And
special
working
interest group,
against
and
us.
working against our families, our school
They're
systems,
working
our
against us.
communities.
And we've had enough.
And we got to say enough is
And
enough.
enough is enough.
And but guess what, Colin, before we close? This is dangerous. This is dangerous work. You can't speak truth to power without them lying on you, threatening to kill you, creating legislation against you. It's because I've seen J.B. Pritzker do it to us.
Yeah.
Take our money, put elected officials, our own black people, elected officials against us, and then use gender affirming crap
Wow.
to denigrate organizations and people that actually fight
I
for the
think
communities.
that we have to be about the business of and no matter how it looks or what they say about us. And yeah, they're gonna say
Melvin
things.
said, share the call number. I did on that in the beginning.
Melvin, the number is 708-223-8953. Call in number 708-223-8953.
Yep, that's intellectualradio.com. Everybody online, please subscribe and share. You got not quite a few views today. I want y'all to subscribe and share to intellectualradio.com. And if you don't subscribe and share, we're gonna block you.
Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Hey, this is Brother Melvin.
Hey, Melvin.
Hey, I want to make a comment and chat in with the cleanup effort.
Yes, sir, man. We got 5 minutes.
Okay, real quick. I'm like, look, one of the things that I wanted to share, I'm a former elected official. Brother, me and you, we know each other. Brother Tyrone, we ran into each other at the Palestinian protest. But anyway, I lived up north for about 4 years. Lakeview, Lincoln Park. And I used to walk around and I used to see brothers and sisters with these vests on doing cleanup service. It was their job, okay? It was just paid. So me being curious and not being from Chicago and from the South, I started inquiring, trying to find out what was what. And come to find out, that's when I found out I started to get into politics in Chicago, because one of the things I found out, every alderman, well, when I was digging into this, every alderman would get a $1 million non-discretionary fund, if I'm correct.
It's called menu money, but yes, go ahead.
So what I found out was those communities, they were using some of their money to hire a cleanup organization or cleanup company. And those guys were walking the street with trash cans and bags and keeping Lincoln Park, Lakeview clean.
Yes, sir.
So that was one of the things that I was saying to myself, because I live on the South Side too. And I used to come home from the mosque every Sunday. And I used to live on Thurston was my councilwoman. But I used to live on 71st, and I used to live right there where the big houses at. What is it right there, not too far from the mosque?
South Shore.
South Shore.
Where the big houses at.
Highland Park.
Hyde Park. Hyde Park.
Come back closer to the mosque.
We get it. Let's get
Anyway,
your point.
go ahead.
No problem. But one of the things that I went to one of her community meetings, I suggested the same thing. Because every Sunday, I used to intentionally leave the mosque and go with my suit on. And I used to walk the block, the one long block that I used to live in. And I intentionally did it with my suit on. Every Sunday, I would clean up and walk on both sides of the street. But what happened was people started seeing me and they started joining. See, so that was one thing that I did. But the other thing I did was I shared it with the politicians. Look, use some of this money, create what Brother Tyrone said, create some jobs for some of these young folk, $15, $20, and you, out of $1 million, you probably won't spend $100,000.
Yep.
And they can do that year round.
Yeah.
You can hire probably 10 to 15. Each ward did that. And $100,000, probably less than that, but at least $100,000 to $150,000, you can keep these communities cleaner than what they are. Because for one, when our people see this, even though these guys are getting paid, people are gonna be more respectful because they seeing that somebody is trying to keep the community clean.
Exactly.
So my thing is hit both areas, hit both avenues of trying to make this thing work. And hold people accountable. That's one thing that tripped me out when I moved to Chicago. It trips me out how, I'm going to just be frank, black people let black politicians roll the way they roll.
Absolutely. I mean, with that bit,
we don't let black politicians roll like that.
Well, with that being said, bro, I appreciate your calling in. We got to stay in touch, man. Inbox me, my brother. Peace and blessing. Assalamu alaikum. So that's it, y'all. We gonna figure out these solutions on our own. Since they won't help us do it, it's gonna take us to save us. We can no longer rely on our elected officials to save us. So in closing, you are listening to, once again, X-Coms with Trump live on IntellectualRadio.com. I'm Tyrone Muhammad. This is D College Trust, and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in.